I started using Lovable on Friday, and within a week, I spent over $210 in AI credits. Let's talk about whether this was worth it or I'm just wasting money. In the last couple of years, I've been seeing countless posts of non-technical founders who are creating a SaaS company within just 2 days using only vibe coding and like magic, hitting over 100K monthly revenue within just 30 days. So in this video, we're going to test how true these claims are and how far we can actually get. Let's kick off. I'm excited to get started. Welcome to One to Figure. This is the series where we pick a real business problem, build a solution, and launch it, and track the entire journey together, figuring out in public. Since our last episode, where we ideated the SaaS solution, the AI Gorilla, a social listening solution that allows users to listen, interact with their communities, and discuss their business online. Coming from a more traditional development background, I want to try out some of these claims. I want to see out whether it's possible to get all these promises given. Therefore, as part of the MVP build process, I wanted to learn how far can these AI tools actually get me? Whether they'll get me to a prototype, whether a fully functional MVP, or even a fully fledged, secure, scalable, and a feature-rich solution, as some of these Vibe tools have promised. I also want to learn how much time would it actually save me, and how much does it cost to run all these new platforms. Ultimately, I wanted to know if the buzz was real. To build out the MVP, I turned to Lovable, an AI-powered platform that uses natural language prompts to vibe code the app, with Lovable Cloud managing the full stack. It felt like I could just talk to the chat and auto AI magically plop out the software at the end. All I had to do was give Lovable an unlimited line to my credit card, like a pay-per-minute phone line, with every single message burning through my credits. The first impressions, starting with just one prompt, I was able to get the whole skeleton of the app in seconds, complete with a sexy homepage that's connected to a Supabase backend, user authentication connected with a few clicks. At the beginning, it felt amazing. It was like a dream in a promised land, where all I had to do was think of an idea, and it quickly became real. But it quickly spiraled from a dream into a nightmare. In the first few days, I had vibe coded the first version up with Lovable, using 682 messages and 850 credits, or the equivalent monthly cost in just 1 week of $210 USD. This built me the core features of searching for mentions across a couple of social media platforms, user management, email configured, dashboards and basic analytics, and some workspace management tools, although rudimentary. Unfortunately, as I built, I noticed more and more issues. Although I probably should say, some of these may come from my own inexperience with Lovable and not following best practices. With the process time for Lovable getting longer and longer as the number of messages increased, bugs would be multiplying through each change, and formal testing and what I feel security practices were ignored. The final straw came when I needed to split the single environment into a dev, staging, and prod for better stability. I quickly realized that I had very little control over the Lovable Cloud. With direct SQL commands out of reach, I was unable to run migration scripts directly. Now, even though I was using the GitHub integration, I was finding it difficult to manage versions in feature branches. Splitting the environment got me fighting against Lovable, rather than it helping me. Combined with the generally confusing pricing policies for credit usage, an unknown scaling cost for the built-in AI, and the cost spiraling quicker and quicker, right? And also the increasingly complex business logic that I was building in that increased the completion time for each AI prompt, I decided that it was probably safer to quickly migrate of Lovable into a more self-controlled environment. Overall, learning from this experience and answering, is Lovable worth it? I think that Lovable is a fantastic prototyping tool. I can see it being incredibly useful for building non-complex engineering solutions, or MVPs allowing non-technical users to build something within days. However, it felt very restrictive from a development background. I think next time I will consider using Lovable through the free or even a low monthly credit usage for visual prototyping, but move much quicker to tools with agents building within my own VS Code for much deeper development work. So what does this mean for the MVP that we're building? We'll be migrating off Lovable into our own hosted Supabase backend. We'll be taking the front end managed by Cloudflare hosted front end, and moving the needle away from that out-of-the-box vibe coding towards customizability. Although I don't think we have quite found the right middle ground yet between speed and flexibility. Before we go further, let's check on our balance sheet and how much we spent and efforts used for this AI Gorilla project. So far, I've worked a total of 8 days using Lovable to prototype the AI Gorilla, each averaging around 6 hours per day. So let's say that's around 48 hours of work in Lovable. Plus, last episode's 15 hours in ideation. That tallies around 63 hours of work in total on the AI Gorilla. In costs, I spent a total of $210 with Lovable's prompts and AI credits, an addition of $22.96 to register the AI Gorilla domains. Combined with the previous cost of $675 or £500 from the last episode, that's almost 2 weeks in, we have spent over $907.96, or that's £675, with a big fat zero in revenue. What we'll do in the next episode is go from migrating into a more stable, scalable environment and welcoming our first users into the AI Gorilla for hands-on. If you're enjoying this series, please do comment below on what we should do next, and remember to subscribe and to follow on the one-to-figure journey. Thank you.